Holy cow. We getting ready. I got money here. We call it lamp. It's lamp. You know his body is. It's lamp.
I think for Mike Tyson, he's going to be very frustrated. He will want to lay a shot on him to get rid of him. But unfortunately, you slow down, Father Time gets the better of us all.
The fight between Floyd Mayweather and Mike Tyson is approaching, with both legends pushing themselves in training camps. At 59, Tyson remains remarkably strong and sharp, showing intense dedication to the sport.
You're good. You're good. You're in the perfect time. You're in the perfect place now. Whereas Mike put everything together. So mentally, physically, we're excited, man. Excited. If the fight was next Saturday, you will be ready for it. So we talk about Roy was 4 years ago. Today, Mike is much better than he was when he fought.
The highly anticipated showdown between Floyd Mayweather and Mike Tyson is drawing closer, and both icons are fully immersed in their preparation. Even at 59 years old, Tyson continues to display impressive power and focus, committing himself wholeheartedly to the demands of training. At the same time, 48-year-old Floyd Mayweather Jr. is putting in non-stop work, sharpening the speed, technique, and accuracy that have long defined his style, all while maintaining strict discipline in camp.
Strong. Mike's just different. I've worked with some very exceptional athletes throughout my life, and they're all remarkable in their own way, but Mike's just a whole different animal.
What we doing?
We'll do one more set. Get 12 reps. It's the heaviest we've gone on this. So just focus on perfect form for 12 reps.
233 today. Contact for 230.
12 is all we need.
I'm always at 225, 228.
Lean mean.
Big
Lean
chest.
mean.
1. There we go. 2, 3, 4. Good work. 8. 4 more. 9, 10. 2 more, Mike. 11 and 12.
According to Mike Tyson's coach, Rafael Cordero, the 59-year-old former champion continues to stand out in camp. He appears focused and in top form, powering through demanding workouts, sparring rounds, and every aspect of preparation with notable strength and concentration. In contrast, Floyd Mayweather Jr. has officially begun preparing for his matchup with Mike Tyson, working the pads and putting his quickness on full display during training sessions.
exhibition ending thing, right? Where they both get their hands raised, no one gets touched, with any sort of violence or anything, and we leave going, yeah, that was super embarrassing. I just either wasted my money or wasted my time. But hey, good for Mike and Floyd that they got paid. You know what I mean? Like, they're asking us to watch a boxing match. We're going to go watch some sort of attempt to perform, but it won't be anything close to what we want. So yeah, man, I just think it's sad. I think it's embarrassing for Floyd mainly that he needs to keep doing this, and maybe a little bit for Mike. I feel more bad for Mike than anything. I feel a little bit more embarrassed for Floyd after flexing all that money for years and years to have to come back, and the tax man needs his 20 mil and the debt collectors need their 50 mil, and now he's in a lawsuit with Showtime because it's clearly becoming a financial issue with Floyd. That's an embarrassing thing for him, but maybe the same with Mike. It's just more sad. Like, you look at Mike like, damn, dude, this is what we have to do.
Although the event is building major anticipation, it hasn't escaped backlash. Wade Plemons commented that watching iconic fighters return to compete at this stage in their lives purely for financial gain is disappointing, describing the bout as an obvious cash-driven move.
This is an argument that's going to be held out in public.
How's this going to work though? Because there's such a big disparity in size. As you said, there's going to be a huge difference in speed as well. Are there going to have to be some special rules in place for this fight?
Well, if there are rules, nobody's going to stick to them. I don't believe in a million years Floyd Mayweather is going to stick to any script that's been written in regards to this exhibition. And I don't think Mike will either. I don't think, if there's anything scripted, allegedly, they said with Mike and Jake Paul, I don't think whatever's written down, there's going to be anybody sticking to the rules, because this is beyond what we see on TV. This is beyond this is personal. These two guys worked together previously and still do probably.
Former world champion Johnny Nelson also weighed in on the upcoming exhibition between Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Mike Tyson. He examined the matchup by pointing out the clear contrast in their physical attributes, particularly the gap in size and the difference in hand speed. Nelson questioned how those imbalances would be addressed, and suggested that modified guidelines might be required to keep things competitive. At the same time, he voiced skepticism about whether any agreed-upon structure would truly be enforced, noting that Mayweather is not the type to stick rigidly to a prearranged blueprint, and Tyson would likely approach it the same way.
Even though I think when it comes to a fan's favourite, I'm quite sure most of the fans would love to see Mike Tyson put Floyd in his place, and that's probably what will be the attraction as well. But you've got to remember, Mike Tyson's 59 years old. You've got to remember, Floyd Mayweather is still hitting the bag in the gym. He's still moving around, even though he's 48 years old. So you've got to remember that. So you're going to buy into it, no matter how disgusting you think this fight is, no matter what complaints you have about it, you're going to buy into it because you're going to see an argument played out in real life, real time.
Yeah, but can you understand, though, why a lot of fight fans don't want to see this? They don't want to see two guys who are past their best, two great champions, go out and fight each other and maybe tarnish their career in some way.
Completely, but you've got to remember, these guys are individuals, their fathers, their brothers, or whatever, and they still want to earn a massive chunk of money. Where's Mike Tyson? Whatever they're getting.
He went on to say that this matchup feels far more personal than the average exhibition, pointing to the shared past between the two men and the absence of any genuinely friendly exchanges he has witnessed. Nelson also addressed the impact of age, reminding viewers that Tyson has already stepped into the ring with significantly younger opponents, including Jake Paul, while acknowledging how demanding it is to perform at an elite level long after an athlete's prime. According to Nelson, the blend of veteran experience, advancing years, and strong competitive instincts adds another layer of uncertainty and intensity to the contest. His perspective highlights how this event stands apart, with reputation, history, and individual ability shaping a spectacle driven as much by tactics and personal pride as by the sport itself.
No sense. It made no sense how he looked coming up to the Jake Paul fight. He had abs again, which was crazy at 58, turning 59, man. If I have a portion of that still left at that age, then fair play to him. But yeah, man, this is sad. I don't have really any other words other than just this is disappointing. It speaks to the real problem in single athlete sports and really all sports. If you're mismanaging your money, and listen, there's a lot of money in boxing right now. And there was a lot of money in boxing when Mike Tyson was great, and there was a lot of money in boxing when Floyd was great. But if you don't have the right people around you, if you have people you can't trust, then it shows how scummy this business has been for a very long time. The Don King robbery of Mike Tyson. Apparently, allegedly, Floyd is saying Showtime and Al Heyman have done the same to him. We'll see how true that is. But if you're out here mismanaging your money, or people are mismanaging and stealing your money.
Many analysts and observers have pointed to recent legal and financial developments involving Floyd Mayweather Jr. to argue that money might be a central reason behind his continued participation in high-profile exhibitions rather than purely sporting motivations. In early 2026, Mayweather filed a major lawsuit in a California state court against Showtime Networks Inc. and its former sports president Steven Espinoza, alleging their involvement in a long-running financial scheme that deprived him of a large chunk of his historical earnings. In the complaint, Mayweather claims his former advisor's financial dealings, with participation or aid from Showtime and Espinoza, resulted in approximately $340 million of fight income, including revenue from landmark bouts such as those against Manny Pacquiao and Conor McGregor, being misdirected into accounts outside his control and without transparent documentation. The lawsuit includes allegations of breach of fiduciary duty, fraud, and unjust enrichment, and seeks recovery of the missing funds, as well as punitive damages. Critics view this ongoing legal battle, coupled with Mayweather's continued role in lucrative exhibition matches, as signifiers that financial pressures or incentives are playing a significant role in his post-prime in-ring decisions, rather than legacy-driven competitive ambition alone.
Let them get their money. They're going to make a lot of money. Mike Tyson makes the money to give to his kids. Floyd makes the money to show us, right? Let them make their money. Why not? It's an exhibition style. They got history. They don't like each other. They are two of the biggest imposing figures in boxing history. Mike Tyson, Floyd Mayweather, and Muhammad Ali. Right? So they gonna make a lot of money. A lot of people gonna tune in and they gonna watch it. They don't like each other. So even though it's an exhibition style, you best believe it's not gonna count against their actual record, but it's a real fight. And Mike Tyson is not gonna hold back no punches like he did with Jake Paul, and Floyd Mayweather ain't gonna hold back no punches.
At the same time, a number of voices have taken a more sympathetic stance on exhibition bouts featuring seasoned fighters. They maintain that there is nothing wrong with seeking strong financial returns later in life, especially for athletes who have spent decades dedicating themselves to their craft and have built a legacy through years of sacrifice and discipline. From this perspective, a showcase event involving icons such as Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather Jr. is viewed less as a last resort and more as a sensible opportunity to generate substantial income long after their peak competitive days. Supporters of this outlook also point out that long careers in professional sports bring inevitable hurdles, including physical decline and the responsibility of maintaining financial security once full-time competition comes to an end.
Against Mike Tyson, you could believe that this is gonna be a real fight. Once it's exhibition style, so it won't count against their box rec, and it's not sanctioned by a commission or any of that or that. But you best believe they're gonna wanna. So they're gonna make a lot of money, and it's gonna be entertaining because they don't like each other. There's bad blood. They're gonna let them fly, and neither one of them wants to go home saying they lost to the other one. Mike Tyson has been, making passes at trying to. He wanted to hit Floyd at the WBC convention. Remember that famous epic moment where he walks up past Floyd and he's receiving his belt and he just flinches at Floyd, and Floyd don't budge. You're just looking at him, right? Mike Tyson always say he a scared little man walking around with all the security. They don't like each other. It's bad blood. So
Taking part in major exhibition events allows veteran fighters to turn their reputation, knowledge, and lasting abilities into valuable revenue opportunities, all while staying connected to supporters and the sport that defined their careers. Supporters of this viewpoint stress the importance of individual decision-making and long-term planning, arguing that choosing to earn through exhibitions reflects strategy and foresight, not vulnerability. In the end, many regard these matchups as a tribute to lasting skill and a realistic response to the challenges that come with aging in professional athletics.
It's kind of, I mean,
It's weird.
I don't want Jake to assume me. They're not. It's not like a real scrap. It's not real.
Really? So they're not trying to knock each other out?
No.
Well, Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather don't like each other. They have not liked each other forever.
Tyson and Mayweather.
Yes.
But they like
Mike
money.
Tyson and Mayweather don't like each other.
Huh.
If there's a fight that might be real, like where Mike Tyson might say, I'm going to knock this motherfucker out, or I'm going to try to knock this motherfucker out.
Floyd? They wouldn't fight.
Yeah, because if you look at like the Jake Paul fight,
They're
no
fighting.
disrespect. And if you look at the Roy Jones fight, no disrespect.
Yeah.
They look like they were sparring,
Yeah.
right? It looked like there was agreements made.
Yeah.
He's still in shape. He's
Yeah.
still
They're
fit.
both old as
Old as
This is the boxing.
How old is Mayweather?
67.
Dude, Bernard
49?
Hopkins was
49.
still at the best in the world at 50.
Yep.
I mean, that's
Yep.
incredible.
That doesn't mean shit though.
mean?
With this, because he was
Kentucky's got-
active fighting contenders.
Yeah.
Kentucky's
You're
got
talking about
Gomez
retired
on the
guys.
ground.
You're talking about two retired guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fighting the
that's
exhibition.
so
It's just
weird.
money grabs.
It's so weird,
Yeah, it is weird. It's money grabs. I don't like it, but it's fun. You know, it's something to watch.
I'll hate on it, but I'll tune in.
Yeah, I'll tune in. It's but it's not really fight.
Joe Rogan also shared his take on the planned exhibition between Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather Jr., pointing to the unusual tension surrounding the matchup. He observed that there doesn't appear to be any real camaraderie between the two, and predicted that neither man would hold back, suggesting both would be aiming for a knockout. That, in his view, adds a layer of volatility to the contest. Rogan characterized the pairing as somewhat strange, arguing that the driving force behind it seems rooted more in financial reward than in pure athletic ambition. Given where both fighters are in their careers, he implied the bout looks less like a quest for legacy and more like a business move. Overall, he portrayed the event as a high-profile spectacle fueled by rivalry and showmanship, with monetary motivation outweighing traditional competitive goals.
Said when Mike Tyson fought Jake Paul, that was the same. But back then, we didn't know what was going to happen with that fight because it was like, has Mike Tyson still got a little bit to be able to knock out Jake Paul? And we didn't know what to expect because Mike was putting work in the build-up to that fight, talking about how he's going to destroy Jake Paul. So we kind of believed that. But now, Money Mayweather is doing what he's done throughout his full career. He's waited for the guy to box and then see what they're like, and then it's like, oh yeah, I'll be able to beat him. I mean, remember when Floyd fought Manny Pacquiao? Like, he waited until Manny got knocked spark out from Marquez, and then he was like, yeah, now's my time to fight him. I just don't believe that Floyd would have fought Mike Tyson if Mike Tyson didn't fight Jake Paul. But Floyd seen that Mike Tyson couldn't hardly walk to the ring. When he got to the ring, he couldn't move around. Jake Paul was running circles around him. And that being said, I'm a huge Mike Tyson fan. Like, huge, but we see what Floyd's doing here. He's like...
Tony Jeff offered his breakdown of the scheduled exhibition between Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather Jr., drawing a comparison to Tyson's earlier matchup with Jake Paul. He recalled that in the lead-up to that contest, there were real questions about whether Tyson still possessed the strength and timing needed to finish a fight. Tyson responded by committing fully to training and openly stating his intentions, which convinced many observers that he remained a genuine threat. Jeff explained that this situation feels different when it comes to Mayweather. Over the course of his career, Mayweather has built a reputation for patience and precision, typically allowing opponents to make the first move and expose vulnerabilities before capitalizing. That calculated style, Jeff suggested, creates a contrasting dynamic heading into this exhibition.
The people like me and you if you're a fighter. But for someone like Floyd Mayweather and Mike Tyson, they earned absolutely millions of dollars for like me and you if you're a fighter. So we've got to make as much money as we can while we can and then get out of the sport. But with these two, they're multi-millionaires. And I want to get into the tail of the tape and talk about exactly the records and all of that stuff with it. But first, I just want to say, like, I believe that these are doing this for different things. Mike Tyson is doing it purely for the money,
purely for the money. Floyd is doing it for the money as well, but also I believe Floyd's doing it for that limelight. You've seen the numbers that Mike Tyson, Jake Paul got, and I think this is the most viewed fight of all time, Mike Tyson, Jake Paul. I might be wrong in saying that, but I'm sure it was. It was hosted on Netflix, and Floyd's been one in the past with his ego that he wants to just, be in that limelight.
To support his point, Jeff pointed to the timing of Mayweather's long-anticipated bout with Manny Pacquiao, which came after Pacquiao suffered a knockout defeat to Juan Manuel Marquez. In Jeff's view, that example reflects Mayweather's tendency to engage at moments he considers strategically favorable. He suggested a similar pattern may apply here, arguing that Mayweather might not have entertained the idea of facing Tyson, had he not observed Tyson's performance against Jake Paul, where Paul's movement contrasted with Tyson's more restricted mobility. Jeff concluded by saying the two legends appear to be operating from different motivations. He characterized Tyson's decision as largely financially driven, while describing Mayweather's involvement as another calculated opportunity to generate substantial earnings. A business-minded approach that has defined much of his career.
Seem to be, though, is less so a fight promotion and more so rights holders. They hold the global rights to HBO World Championship Boxing and a number of other Comcast events. Basically, their business is they lease out the rights for footage to old fights to different networks or entities. So it is a bit weird to see them involved in a fight which I would have to assume the cost would be close to 9 figures to stage. It's just honestly puzzling, but seeing there's apparently more information about broadcast partnerships to come, I guess we'll see soon who else is involved. But bottom line, why is this happening?
A key point of discussion surrounding the exhibition between Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather Jr. is the stage of life both men are in. Tyson is set to compete at 59, while Mayweather will be 48, creating not only a noticeable age difference between them, but also prompting debate about stamina, durability, and overall physical readiness at that point in their careers.
His last outing with Paul has set the groundwork to show just how big an exhibition fight can truly be. Now, exhibitions are a thing we've seen throughout the history of boxing, it's nothing new. Even the great Ali ended up in odd exhibitions for big paydays. Yet what Paul Tyson showed is you can take a fighter like Tyson, who doesn't have much left to give, and whip up a promotion to make the public believe he's back in his prime, and as a result do some of the biggest numbers seen in the last decade. The quality of the fight itself doesn't matter because, hey, you're already watching. And at a guess, that's exactly what they're going to try to do here. In the press release, they didn't really talk about how great of a fight it's going to be, rather how robust their promotional campaign will be, with weekly premium storytelling, which of course probably will do numbers. And they didn't just choose Tyson and Mayweather because they're two massive names.
That wraps up today's coverage. Thanks for watching, and be sure to stay connected for the next update.